Just waiting for Water to accept this. And
Hello,
yay!
Rupa. Apologies for the delay. Technology, how am I going?
No, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. I can understand because a lot of people, it's new for a lot of you guys. Completely understand. Don't worry about it.
It's great to see you, Rupa. How are
Great to
you?
see you too. We're doing good. Water, of course, cooped up indoors, pretty much like all of you, I'm
Mm,
sure.
absolutely.
But
Yeah, doing our part to try and stay safe for not just our family, but for everyone throughout the world.
how is
Mm.
it going for you, Water? How's it been so far?
Yeah, look, I got back from Pakistan nearly 3 weeks ago, so I had to go straight into after the PSL, I had to go straight into a 2 week like isolation, and that was with my whole family as well. So I was just in my house. Luckily, I've got like a little bit of a backyard, so I'll walk around like Lee, my wife gave me a time every day to be able to yeah, walk around my house. I'd put a podcast in. I've been listening to a podcast called How I Built This, which is about business, like successful business owners. So I just
Wow.
put that in and walk around my house for like an hour and a half. And then it turned into homeschooling. Then it turned into homeschooling. So I've had to try and help, yeah, try and become a teacher in a way. Lee did the majority of the work there, so she was phenomenal to be able to really try and pick up the slack. But it's been an unprecedented time. No one expected something like this to ever happen and take a grip on the world. But in the end, you have to do your part
Yeah.
individually as a family. You have to do your part to be able to keep everyone as safe as possible and hope that this moves on, sooner rather than later, so we can get back to normal life. But the way it's looking at the moment, it's going to take a little bit of time and more, people considering everyone else, not just themselves, to be able to make sure that it passes as as quick as it possibly can.
Yeah, a lot of messages coming in, of course, Water asking if your family is fine, everyone's doing well. So how are Will and Matilda taking this? Are they getting used to the fact that they just can't go out and play? It's got to be home for a while.
Well, they're getting used to it. They're using our trampoline more than they ever have, which is a good thing. So we made the right investment a
Hiding them
couple of years
out.
ago, and
Sure.
they hardly used it. So, but yeah, and then the homeschooling, the kids have started to sort of get sick
Yeah.
of our similar sort of messages. But no, look, it's actually been the one thing it has brought together is quality family time, like night and day. So
Yeah.
yeah, it has its challenges at times, but it's actually I'll definitely look back at this time as it continues on, and it has been really special family time. Like we've been making a lot of different things together, whether it's making bread or the good thing is inside in my house we've got a little bit of a runway down a hallway where especially Will, like after CSK last year, the IPL last year, my son, because of Gibran Tahir and and also the VJ Junior. He
Oh yeah.
My son
Vihan.
Will's absolutely obsessed with cricket. As soon as he wakes up, let's play cricket. At night during the day, let's play cricket. I want to watch cricket. So we've got a little runway down the hallway, so there's been plenty of indoor cricket as well.
Yeah, and of course we'll come to a bit of his friendships, Will's friendships in a bit. But a lot of fans also asking you how the bread making went because of course CSK put up the picture of you making kneading the dough, and Lee's been
Yeah.
saying that you've been making parathas. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I did make paratha. I found a decent recipe that worked just about first time.
Wow.
It's obviously it's a lot more complicated just with a bit more complicated by the technique of getting the dough right,
Yeah.
and folding it and everything like that. But yeah, it was great fun. The kids loved it. It turned out pretty well. It was with wholemeal flour, so it wasn't sort of like the light and fluffy paratha that I have in India. But the kids loved it. Put a little bit of honey on it for them, and the bread's got better from the first day that I baked it compared to like for the last couple of weeks. It's definitely got better. I've let it rise better and found different techniques to make it a little bit better. So the kids have especially have enjoyed it a bit more.
That's so cute. Nice. But of course, there's another thing that you're busy doing as well, Water, during this time off, or this little bit of a
Mm,
break, is you
hmm
started something on your own. You did mention that you were listening to podcasts, but others are listening
Yeah.
to yours as well.
Yeah, look, I have really gotten a podcast in the last probably 12 to 18 months. especially when I've been driving to cricket training for my club or downtime going for walks. I listen to podcasts, especially ones where I can learn as much as I possibly can. And starting a few businesses, and this one with T20 Stars, it's a way to be able to try and learn as much as I can. So yeah, I've been building, putting this content together for T20 Stars over the last 4 or 5 months really. Stephen Fleming, who's going to be one of the people, is one of the podcast episodes coming up in the next few weeks. I interviewed him actually during the T10, which was at the end of October, start of November last year. So it's been a bit of a progression to put it together, and it's actually worked out nicely in a way that it's a time when people have got more downtime. They're trying to engage in content that's out there, whether it's Netflix, whether it's Amazon or anything that they want to watch or listen to, and it's worked out well that everything's come together that I can get it out there for everyone who wants to digest different content, whether it's my podcast, my first one episodes with my favorite cricketer of all time, so Viv Richards. So that was super cool. And there's a couple of one vlogs, video blogs about meditation, just talking through my experiences and the benefits of meditation. Another one's a T20 batting, my different tips and that I sort of use from a batting power hitting point of view, and then a couple of blogs around my evolution. It's all to do with T20 cricket, because that's really where things sit for me. It has for the last sort of 4 or 5 years, so it's what I know currently better than anything. So it's been a lot of fun just to be able to put the pieces together for everyone.
One of the aim, of course, in us doing something like this was, of course, to talk to all of you and kind of get something positive going on at this time when everyone's a little, not so happy. I think that was the main attempt. And also to kind of a bit of nostalgia, bring in a bit of, talking about, the times that have been. It's always nice to kind of rehash a bit. So you mentioned feedback, of course, and I mean, there's this picture that I have to show, and I want you to talk us through it, because I think this picture kind of summed up, and I think you know what I'm going to show you, but this picture kind of summed up a lot of what you've worked towards. Like, it was something that I think kind of captured all CSK fans' hearts as well. And this is, a lot of people haven't seen this. Russ, of course, shared this with us. Do you remember this?
Oh, thanks, Russ. Thanks for that, Russ. I'm glad I gave you all clear to show that.
But Gaurav, come on, it's in the past, of course, and it's something that people want to talk about it. People want to listen to you talk about that.
Look, I am going to be totally honest. I had absolutely no idea that had occurred, and even it wasn't until I actually was walking off after I ran myself out in the last over and stuffed it for CSK that the chance to win another final, that I was walking off and I saw blood and a cut through my actual pants. So I thought it must have been because I dived in to try and get in that last run, and I was out. So I thought it must have just happened then. And then it wasn't actually until the next day where my wife Lee actually mentioned, there was blood on your pants like before that.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was in the first, I think it's like, I don't know, the first few overs where there's a dodgy run, and I had to dive in to be able to get in. And for whatever reason, there must have been a rock or like a bit of, not a rock, but like a bit of hard turf that was there that sort of just a couple of legs. So I didn't know that it was there at all. But even if I did, it absolutely would not have stopped me, because I've played with a lot of different things before. So a bit of blood's not going to stop me, and especially for such a big, such a big time for CSK. The love and support that I've got since I've joined CSK has just been, it's been mind blowing, to be honest. Like, I've been fortunate to play at two other great franchises, but just CSK, the love and support that I've got from the day that I arrived, in the team, around the team, but then also the supporters of CSK has just been, I'm just so fortunate. So I'd give anything to be able to, and I would do anything I can to be able to help CSK, get the best out of themselves, play great cricket, and make everyone as happy as they can, and most importantly, the supporters.
This is, of course, the 2019 final, and everyone remembers the image. Water, we don't have to say it. I mean, so when we put up the pic that you were going to join us today, I think almost everyone wanted you to talk about this moment, because I think in some way it captured a lot of their imaginations. I think that moment kind of became like a moment, that you will always talk about here on. I think it
Yep.
was one of those. I think another such moment for you, obviously, was that semi-final against Sunrisers, and I have a very cute picture that kind of commemorates all of that afterwards, which is this. And I mean, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Take
it's and that's a
this.
special. Like that photo alone is one of the super special things. By me being able to play as long as I have and still be playing at nearly 39, it means my son and my daughter as well, who's nearly 5, are old enough
Yeah.
to understand what I do and are engaged in what I do. Because at some stage soon, I'm not gonna be playing again. I'll move on to my next phase. But to be able to have my kids especially to be able to experience and hopefully remember even just little snippets of me playing cricket is actually one of the most special things that I've had throughout my whole career. So yeah, it's very special. And now seeing, thanks to CSK, thanks to all like the the dad's army for having a lot of kids around throughout when my family comes over, it's meant that it's swept him up in the love of the game of cricket that I've had without me imparting any of that whatsoever. It's always been something that I've never pushed. I'll never push my kids into anything whatsoever. If they love what they do, whatever it is, then I'm happy to support them in any way they need to.
What are two things there that I want to ask you about? Of course, you mentioned Daddy's Army. Everyone's already asked you enough about it. I'm not going to go into that. But did the other teammates or friends in the other teams during IPL, especially 2018, obviously was this feeling when you won that saying, "Hey guys, you called us that," and was there any banter? Did they always tease you with that at all? Did it come to the players, and was it just in the media otherwise?
Now, look, I think people look back on it now and see what Stephen Fleming, MS, and the hierarchy of CSK, what they put together is experience under pressure, and that's what it's made me realize as well. Experience under pressure, you've got more understanding of what the players are going to do.
Yeah.
So yes, no doubt, when you've got young players, of course, they can shoot the lights out and be incredible. There's no question at all. But when you've got a lot of experience and a lot of experienced players, you've just got more of an understanding about how individuals and collectively, they're going to handle the pressure situations. Which in T20 cricket, it's amplified. Like most moments are amplified because there's a toing and froing that it can go one way or can go the other. So
Right.
when you've got people who've been through these different experiences so many times, you've got more of an understanding of how they're going to react and more chance of reacting a better way than
Mhm.
younger guys who they no doubt they can shoot the lights out and do incredibly well. But I think it's just more so going to be more consistent, and that's what Stephen Fleming and MS what they put together has made me realise that.
Speaking of MS, there's this lovely photo that I wanted you to, talk about as well. It's a lovely moment. We weren't, of course, allowed to release too much of it, but now, of course, we can. It's kind of cute. It has a couple of people whom you really get along well with. We know that, of course,
Yeah,
MS and DJ as well.
yeah,
Take us a bit about this. Looking dapper in the Indian way, though. But yeah, take us a bit about that.
yeah. That's a beauty of that I love coming to India to be able to experience different things, and that was definitely to be able to wear the local Indian attire. I normally, I haven't been exposed to it growing up or anything like that. So to be able to see how it fits and how it wears. But, those shoots, that's actually the really special time to be able to connect with the guys. And even when I first came into CSK,
Hmm.
that first week where you actually spend time nearly one-on-one with a couple of people in particular with those full days of shooting, that's a way where you
Hmm.
can actually really get to know someone personally. So
Yeah.
Dwayne Bravo, DJ Bravo, I actually hadn't really spent much time with him at all up until then. I played with him, well, I was around the Sixers in the Big Bash
Yes.
for a couple of
27.
games, a number of years back. But outside of that, I've only really ever played against him. So even a couple of those days shooting in the lead up to that first game for CSK was a great way to be able to connect with him and get to know him and get to really understand how he is. And there he is. He's the sweetest guy you'll ever meet in your life. Whereas on the field, everyone's in survival mode. You don't really see that side to him, as people don't see that side of me. But when you actually step away from the survival mode of being on the cricket field, you see, the other side and the real person they are. And DJ Bravo, he is one of the sweetest guys you'll ever meet in your life. So that's the beauty of having those shoots. And MS Stoney as well. That's, again, it's a way to be able to, apart from only playing against him, and MS never said a word to me really at all, apart from good game, like for the years that I played against him for Australia against India. So, and for the teams playing against CSK. So that was the only few words he ever said to me. So to be able to, again, the lead up to that first game for CSK, to be able to get to know him during one of the days of the shooting, again, was a great way to be able to connect in the lead up to that amazing season that we did have.
Bit of connectivity issues now and then, Waro. I think there's a bit of a trouble, but we'll
Okay.
pull through. No problems. I think we'll pull through. Don't worry about it. You speak obviously about bonds with DJ Bravo and of course MS. Tell us a bit about how it was with Raidu, because you guys opened together a lot of times. Of course, hit the winning runs with him in 2018. How was that? How was that relationship with him? Because I think you guys amassed about 1,157 runs together in the season that you batted together. It's quite a partnership.
Yeah, look, again, he's another one when you play against him. So I played against Ambati for the Mumbai Indians quite a lot, and we had some battles because he's like I am. We go like we're pretty strong-headed on the field. So again, we had some battles because we don't take a backward step. So to be able to actually play with him and know that we've got each other's back on the field batting together. That season, the way he batted was in phenomenal touch. At each other well. He took on the bowlers that I didn't find as comfortable to be able to take on, and vice versa. So it actually worked. He worked as a really good partnership. And again, I only played against him, so I just thought that's how he was all the time, as he would have thought that was how I was, being combative, always trying to take everyone on. Whereas again, Mbatti off the field is one of the sweetest, chilled guys you'll ever see, until someone pushes his buttons, like most people. So, but he's just such a sweet guy. So I'm so glad that I had a chance to be able to play with him. So it wasn't just on the field where you sort of make your assumption on someone's personality.
You did mention, of course, the kids getting along and all of that, Waro. Of course, we do know that Will became extremely close to Gibran. I've got this very, very cute picture of him and Jib. This is so sweet.
Yeah.
I think they were always together, always together. It's nice, right? Because you're not playing, the parents aren't, they aren't playing in the same country or the same team, but the kids kind of get along. It's beautiful.
It certainly is. And that's the pleasure of playing at CSK, because the team's older. It means that there's more kids around. So it means that, it was like a school camp for the kids. For the month that my kids were there, the last couple of years, it's like they're on school camp the whole time with people who love what they love, and they're just running around having an absolute ball. And that's also what CSK provides as well, which is really special. So Gibran and Will, gosh, I can't wait for them to reconnect again whenever they have that chance, because now that Will's been working hard on he's been working hard in his catching and his cricket, so I'm sure Gibran's done exactly the same thing. So it'll be on when they meet up. But it's very sweet, the connection that they have.
Does Will ask about Gibran? Does he talk about Gibran even now when they're not together?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because we're always in contact with Imi and his beautiful wife as well. So even during the PSL, because I played against Imi in the Pakistan Super League. So they're always in contact to try and find out when that they were going to be in India during the IPL to make sure that Lee and the kids were there as well, because we didn't want to miss out on that opportunity, because they're just such beautiful people.
Yeah. He's carrying something with him. There's like a little stuffed animal there. Tell us a bit about that. I think a lot of people don't know that he always holds on to that when he's coming to the matches. Is it like
Charlie? Yeah. Well, it's been his favorite toy. Well, yeah. soft toy since he was a little kid, really. So, oh yeah, Charlie's one of the family. So he takes it not everywhere. Like he doesn't take it to school or anything like that, but yeah, he goes most places. So yeah, Charlie's he's part of our family. So it's sweet, super sweet. At least we haven't got it. We haven't got a
One
pet
thing, of
dog.
course.
We haven't got a pet dog, so it's as close as you can get to a pet dog. Yeah,
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, of course, he's attached to it. Matilda,
yeah.
of course, we know that she's a little
Mm,
more reserved, she's a little shy. It was amazing getting to know her as well. But just
mm.
this one very cute picture, Wado, I wanted you to talk about that. Um,
Oh yeah. She actually she does wear like she picks all her outfits every day.
mm,
So and there's a number of local Indian dresses and tops and that she actually got while she was in India last time, and she picks them out all the time. So
wow.
she absolutely loves them. Yeah, and she always talks about, "Oh, I just want to go back to India. I love India. I had the best time." So so
Wow.
she's definitely, well, yeah, she's coming out of a shell more, but around, around newish sort of people, she's fairly shy, but yeah,
Yeah.
not so much to people that she knows. She's not shy.
Of course not.
Yeah.
But by the way, Russ kind of dropped in a comment just a while back. I don't know if we saw it, but he asked if you like the singing of Alice.
uh, Russ is such a legend. We at CSK is so lucky to have him, and just for his singing of Alice alone on the bus. Like Russ has got a little bit of lisp, and
Yeah.
especially when he sings, and it just makes the song even more beautiful. He's like Russ is just for people who don't know, Russ has been the team manager from day one of CSK, and he really is the heartbeat of the team. He's a seriously good guy. He will do anything for anyone. He he's very happy to forego any amount of sleep to be able to make sure that everyone's happy, everyone's families are happy, and content.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to listen to Alice, especially every time we win. So I'm happy for him to punch it out any time.
Well, of course, this is a very nice weekend also for you guys, Vara. Of course, Easter is going to be celebrated in a
Mm,
small way at home.
mm,
Do you remember the
mhm.
Easter celebrations during IPL? Do you remember the time when all the kids were together and there was this Easter
Oh,
hunt?
absolutely. Yeah. Easter hunt. Yeah, in Bangalore.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah,
that was
super sweet. And again, that's what CSK just put on without anyone really talking about it. The
yeah,
kids absolutely loved it. They were chock full of chocolate at the end. They had to burn off some of that sugar at the end, but no, again, that's what makes their experience at Chennai so special. And the
special.
other thing that it just brings me to thinking about was the Super Cubs, the song that DJ Bravo put together for the kids as well. Again, that's another super sweet thing that he did, and what that he did for CSK, and that is a super cool song. And like
Yeah.
Will and Matilda still sing it. They absolutely love it. So yeah, just all those little things brings the whole franchise, all the people together, so it can feel as close to family as it possibly can.
There's just one fun segment left that we kind of put together for you. But before that, just one quick question from some of the fans who've dropped in.
Yeah, of course.
What are you great with the bat and the ball? Ever tried your
Not so
hand
much
at
with it.
keeping?
Not so much with the ball anymore. Those bowling days are done. But anyway,
But you know what?
sorry if I
You know
cut you
what?
off. Yeah.
But have you tried
Sorry.
your
What
hands
was
at
the what
keeping?
was the question? At keeping?
Keeping.
Oh no, no way. Well, we've got one of the greatest keepers that's ever played the game, MS Dhoni. He's got
I'm
the
sure
most.
they didn't mean as replacement, but like if you're
Oh,
great with both, have you ever tried, keeping wickets?
I'll leave that to the experts. I'll leave that to the experts.
Fair
Yeah,
enough. All right.
it's
What I'm
definitely not as
calling you
easy as it
to.
looks.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's what?
Mm.
It's basically squats through the day, right? It's squats through the day.
Yeah, squats and being concentrated, like being switched on every ball, because if you miss one, people just expect you to take every single thing, whether it's stumping, catches, everything. So
Yeah,
yeah, they've got, keepers in general have got amazing powers of concentration.
yeah, true that. What do I'm calling this? Biggest, I mean, because you know for the big hits, it's called your biggest moments, right? What are your biggest moments? It doesn't have to be technically the biggest, but just what is most special to you.
Hmm.
The first one
Yep.
is what's the biggest match that you ever played?
The 2015 World Cup final at the MCG.
Yeah, obviously, no brainer that.
Easily. That was, yeah, it was something that I always dreamed of playing in a World Cup final at home at the MCG, and to be a part of it, and then be on the field when I missed out an opportunity to be able to hit the winning runs. But Steve Smith did it, and that was super special.
Smart. All right. The biggest meal you had where you just binged and you realized, damn, I ate that much.
Gosh.
You will now.
Look,
You will
it's,
this weekend.
oh, I know. Yeah, I know. Look, I absolutely love my food. I love my
Yeah.
foods, but like really good flavored food. So if there's any really good food, I find it hard not to eat it all. And I think I got that from my mum as well growing up. If there's anything good, there can't be anything left on your plate. So it's a lot of times when I'm fortunate enough to eat a lot of beautiful food.
Well, there was a question some time back asking asking me to ask you what your favorite what's your favorite Indian dishes. Do you have one?
Oh gosh. Look, I do at breakfast. I do love the egg bougie. It's very different to the spices and flavors that you have with our sort of like scrambled eggs that we have at home. So
Egg bhuji, yeah.
that's egg bougie. So that's absolutely beautiful. But the South Indian food in general, I absolutely love. Like I don't always like, especially in Tamil, I can't actually say the names because it's very different to English. It's a very different language
It
to
is.
English. But a lot of the South Indian food is it's light. It's beautiful flavors, really simple flavors. So South Indian food, whenever I get to India and I'm down south in and around, well, Chennai, when I spend a lot of time there, yeah, I eat as much of that as possibly can because it's a lot lighter as well compared to some of the North Indian food that you can eat.
Yeah. Your biggest fan moment for yourself, possibly meeting or speaking to someone that you always looked up to.
One of them was Keith Urban, who's one of my favorite musicians. Um, I met him like a long time ago. It was 2006 at his
Wow.
concert, and that was one of really like he's phenomenal musician. His guitar
Yeah.
playing is crazy, and his singing and everything. Anyway, so that was definitely one of my favorite moments. But the last couple of years with the Quetta Gladiators, to be around my all-time hero, Sir Vivian Richards, the Master Blaster, for it's been like a month at a time, just about, or 5 weeks at a time. I've asked him every question and I continue to ask him every question that I possibly have been dreaming about asking him for so long. And I'm maybe he gets sick of he gets sick of me. I do hopefully do it in a really nice way, but like I'm in absolute awe of him, and I continue to be for everything that he achieved on the field, off the field. He is he's my ultimate. So yeah, I'm fan moment every time that I get to travel on the bus with him, be at the ground, be at training, and I just can't stop talking to him. Yeah,
Wow. No, I'm sure you haven't bothered him just yet. What do I think he's still okay?
we'll have to
Your
ask him. He might
biggest,
go, oh, he's nice, but oh, he's just peppers me with questions.
he's being a journal on me, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Biggest stadium, not in terms of the size, but in terms of a stadium that overawed you and kind of you're overwhelmed.
Look, uh, even a half-filled home ground at Chennai, like that's at
Yeah.
Chepa.
Intimidating,
That's
right?
it's amazing. Even a half-filled ground, because even playing for Chennai without the whole ground filled, I can't imagine the whole ground being filled because it's so loud as it is. So hopefully, when the IPL comes back to town into
Yeah.
Chennai, hopefully anything whatever has to be sorted, who knows what it is, needs to be sorted
It is
and it gets
open. The
sorted. So
three
the whole
stands are
ground is
open.
so the are they?
They were supposed to be filled in this IPL, this match that during this IPL,
Oh,
we were
well,
supposed to have the entire
that
stadium
will be
full.
mind blowing because it's just super loud. The whistles and everything during a game when a half field ground. I can't imagine it. So that'll be awesome.
Yeah. Just a couple of more questions before we let you go. Your biggest fear, Water?
My biggest fear.
It's frozen. Yeah.
Biggest fear. Look, I don't know. I don't know what it is now because like I love
Water is
taking
fearless.
things on as much as I can. Um, yeah, I suppose just it's probably in and around my family, just the safety of my family. That's the thing that probably I fear the most.
Yeah.
Because most other things, whether heights and all that sort of crazy stuff, I'm certainly not as I'm more risk averse compared to what I was when I was younger. Because I really want to preserve my life as much as I can. But yeah, it is the fear that I have is probably around the safety of my family because you do everything to protect your family.
Yeah. The biggest sacrifice that you made for your career, for following your passion?
No, there's no sacrifice. You do whatever you have to be able to, try and achieve your dreams. So none of it's sacrifice because everything's worth it to be able to try and give yourself the best chance of seeing how good you can be. So that for me is not a sacrifice whatsoever.
Well, this was fun. This was so much fun. Just before we go, it would be nice for you to obviously say a few things. One, of course, and this I'm going to put you on the spot. What's the one thing that you found different in CSK compared to the other franchises that you've been a part of?
That you can go like 10 games of not scoring runs and still get picked. Last season, thank you to MS Dhoni and Stephen Fleming for keeping the faith. Every other franchise would have been, you are gone. Thanks for coming, but yeah, you're sitting and you're running the drinks.
I want to ask you about that. What was
Yeah.
it like? Does it do great to you? Jokes aside, it's amazing when that faith is always there.
Yeah, it is. Like it's above and beyond the faith. There was times through that period I'm like, I have to unfortunately I still feel like I'm batting well, but I'm just not scoring runs. So, and that kept going on and on. So at some stage I was feeling for a couple of games like they're going to have to I think they're going to move me on, but they didn't. And then when things turned around, which I knew they would at some stage, because I was batting well, I just wasn't scoring runs. Then that Sunrisers game, then it turned around, and I did. I thank Flem and MS as well for keeping the faith, and they said it was never in doubt. I'm like, that's phenomenal. That just made me feel 10 foot tall. So, and that's the power of amazing leadership. That is the power of amazing leadership, to know when to stick in with people that you believe in, and that's what it did for me. So I'm forever indebted to those guys and it's a huge learning curve for me as a leader and as a coach, hopefully moving into the next phase of my life, to show what actual faith and believing in your players, what actually means to them.
So, to sum it up, Watto, from being wary of going into completely a different setup, a completely new setup at the start when you were picked for CSK, to now where you're loved so much by all CSK fans, which is amazing to have done that in such a short time. How has it changed for you mentally?
Well, it's changed a lot because I always playing for Rajasthan when I played them for a long period of time. CSK was they were like, for us, it was like the grudge match. It's like, we don't want to lose to CSK. I've always got all the best players. They always seem so happy as well. Like, it's like, come on. So, and then moving into the CSK camp, it was just everything that people had talked about. Whether Matt Hayden had always mentioned to me, Mike Hussey had always mentioned to me as well. It was all true. Even at the time when I was playing for other teams, like, that's not right. It can't be that good. So, but it's true. So yeah, to be able to move across into the CSK camp and just be so embraced. Like I was very, I'm very fortunate in a way that the MS and Flem as well showed faith in me to start with me opening and batting and giving those opportunities as well. So so that I'm incredibly grateful for. So they like anything, if you're able to instill and make people feel good about themselves and content about themselves, it's amazing what people can achieve.
Awesome, Watto. I know you have Easter celebrations and you need to get back to your family. Just maybe if you could thank your fans. There's so many of them who joined in saying you're
Yeah.
their favorite player, sending love to you. Just something for the fans before we wrap this up.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I am so incredibly grateful for how all the Yellow Army have taken me on, to be able to show me the love and support that I've got since I've joined CSK. I'm glad that I've been able to contribute in some way on the field anyway to help the team produce some performances at the time, because I know, like, I definitely don't take the love and support for granted at all. So hopefully the things will sort of work out in the next little while, however it is, and I'll be able to play at least one more year with CSK, because to be able to actually share the love of Chennai Super Kings all around India. It's not just in Chennai as well. That's the thing that blows me away. It's not just in Chennai. It's wherever we go. The support is as strong wherever we go. Even in whether it's in Kolkata, it's like half yellow, half purple. It's just it blows me away. And that's everywhere we go. Even in Mumbai, playing the Mumbai Indians, it's half blue, it's half yellow, and that just shows the Chennai support, the CSK support all around India, and that's what absolutely continues to blow me away. So I hope everything goes well, and everyone stays safe, and things, this whole virus moves on in time whenever it needs to, and I'll have the pleasure to be able to rejoin CSK for at least one more time.
Yeah, we hope so too, Watto. We would love to see you out on the field again soon. Thank you so much for taking time off. Have a great weekend. Happy Easter to all of you. Love to Lee, Will, Matilda, of course. Thank you so much for making time.
It's my absolute pleasure. Thanks, Rupa. Great to chat to you, as always.
Thank you, Watto. Bye. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Little few technical glitches there, but I guess it was a pretty nice, refreshing conversation with Watto. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Of course, there's lots more lined up for you. Do keep staying onto this page to get more updates on what's happening with Unwooden Lines with me, Rupa. And of course, keep cluing into all conversations that happen here. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.